fuck yellow. Is that
Yeah,
that's the
fuck
kind of
yellow.
message of today?
Yeah.
Well, that's how we're
Fuck the
starting.
color yellow. We're coming in hot with this one. Hot takes. If anybody likes the color yellow, um, I don't care for you.
I also just have this cat being just so affectionate right now.
Now, would that be gravy or cayenne or
This
biscuit?
this this is Gravy. I don't know if you can see it
Gravy.
on the stream there, but she is just like
She's precious.
crawling all
Oliak.
over me. Hi.
So, tell myself and the viewers watching this channel,
Yes.
the viewers, go ahead and tell them what all you know about Death's Door. Like,
You know, I don't know a lot going into this, to be honest. I have a vague understanding of the like camera perspective. I know it's supposed to be relatively hard. Not Sekiro difficult, I'm sure, but and that it's not that long either. So this shouldn't take us more than I don't know, 3 streams, something like
yeah,
that.
they
3 or
did
4.
say it's like 15 hours to 100% the game, and then around 9 hours if you're just playing it regularly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, all right, so it's not much.
It's a nice little palate cleanser. I do like the little lightsaber he's got on his desk.
Oh yeah, that's like the main sword too. I think that we have in the game. Yeah, we just
Yeah,
post.
the only things I know about this game is it involves birds and doors.
Birds, doors, and death
assumedly
of
to
some
death.
kind. Exactly.
Or Death owns this one particular door and it's about that door. We're gonna figure it out.
I'm just thinking. I'm pretty sure this is the first time we've played something that's not Souls on the channel. Period.
Yeah, for
I mean, you might have been there for a Spider-Man, maybe at one point, or a Hades, maybe
yeah,
with
I
Michael.
was there for a Spider-Man. I was there for a couple of Hades.
Yeah, but like,
But yeah,
all right, so I guess there's been a little bit of other stuff, but this will be the first one that is like you and me. All right.
cool. I am pumped. This is gonna be sick AF, bro.
Stuck on the cord.
Can't wait to see you mad dunk on some Lost Souls.
Is that? Man,
What is it about hard games that like they take place in the afterlife? Hades, Death's Door.
Yeah.
That's all I can think of right now.
I mean, even if it's not the afterlife exactly, there's a lot of like you are undead or you exist in an undead state in the Souls games in general.
Ooh, Sharon the bus driver.
The last stop. So yeah, this is adorable.
Now, are you a crow or a raven?
I think we're a crow. Hey, No Name. What up, No Name? Trying out a new game today. I actually want to say this
If it
might have
doesn't
been
fit,
on
we're
Xbox.
returning it to the Kmart, though.
I don't think there are any more of those. Or if there are, there's very
I think
few.
there's like one left, like a single Kmart.
Yeah, the art style is pretty immediately grabbing, I think. Yeah, it's an immediately attractive, I think,
There's
looking game.
3 Kmarts open left. One in New York.
3?
Uh,
Just to buy
or no,
shoe work
in New
shoes there.
Jersey.
What about in Minnesota? Is there one in this state at all?
No. No, we no longer have
Okay.
any in the Midwest. They're all on the eastern seaboard, with one in Miami, one in New Jersey, and one in Long Island.
Huh.
They're also really
Apparently, they're really popular in Asia.
Oh, okay. Like 7-Eleven.
Yeah, though
You know
I'm
those are
happy to
coming back.
announce Speedway has
Yes.
started carrying 7-Eleven brand water.
Speedway got bought by the 7-Eleven company, and they're actually going to be turning all of the Speedways back into 7-Elevens in the near future. So
Yes.
we'll have 7-Elevens here all over again. The last one here closed, looked abandoned.
I've
last few
heard
years.
that
Damn.
years ago. Oh yeah, the last one here closed. It looked abandoned in its last few years open. Yeah.
Yeah.
Arguably, Kmart's have always looked partially abandoned, or yeah. Well,
Super
no.
America.
No.
Well, 7-Eleven is
losing
also
Super
what it
America
used to
was, true. And
mean,
7-Eleven,
It's got a big circle.
I would posit that they are known for okay. People were really sad in the area that I live in when the 7-Elevens closed down, and they
Bossiest
never stopped
cat.
bitching about them.
Bossiest Cap, hello, welcome in. How are you doing today? Welcome to the stream.
We hope you like crows and
Crows
red-based
and
weaponry.
Yeah, laser swords and crows. That's what we're doing today. Chandler the Handler. Oh, that doesn't sound dirty. You know, when the first Captain America movie came out, Alex, seeing it with his family, and when he comes out of the experiment, right, and he's all muscular and he has his powers and stuff now, Alex's dad leaned over and whispered to him, "Alex, is that Super America?" And if you do the gas station, you know why that's funny.
I mean, Captain America is a superhero.
I mean, he got close. He got really close.
Well, yeah. Technically, it's like, well, yes and no.
It's not too.
Is he a
It's not that far
superhero
off.
with the name America? Yes. Is he Super America? No.
Well, there's also Superman, which a lot of older people are more familiar with. So you think superhero, you think Superman. I don't know.
I've
I
already
think it's
loved
easy to
everything
make
about
the
Chandler the Handler. The well being slow typed out, and then saying, look who finally showed up to work. No worms for you, like the early bird gets the worm.
Yep.
Fucking, I love it.
He's catty, this one. Remember. It was like shaking.
Remember.
Door will remain open until you return with your designated soul. Well, there's another roguelite game, coming out called Have a Nice Death, where you play as the Grim Reaper, and it looks like it's going to be hard. Just to call back to what you were saying about difficult games. Have you seen stuff for that? That actually, Have a Nice Death looks awesome, actually.
I haven't.
Oh, you gotta look at it. You gotta look at it. It looks so fun. They announced it at the Game Awards at the end of the year last year, I believe. Yeah, just pull up some gameplay and check that shit out because it is awesome.
So
The rat race.
So the idea that they're mortal, the Reapers become mortal until they claim their soul,
Yeah.
is kind of cool. So it's like
Yeah.
they age as long as the sum total is to get their souls.
Right. Huh.
If you die, it's going to be a lot of paperwork.
That honestly is exactly what I feel like I hear a lot in this country.
Yeah. Oh, God,
Agatha
yeah.
the typist. Can't get enough
I
of it.
love typing.
She really.
She really seems like the type of person to like that.
Oh, and the boss is asleep in his chair. That's also accurate.
How many times did I fall asleep doing admin work in the back room?
Oh, did you?
At least
Did that
5.
happen a lot?
Just because, like, uh, on the days where I would work the Clopins, I would occasionally start dozing off while counting the money. It's like counting sheep, but more boring.
Well, what did we get? A discarded umbrella. Okay. Just a thing to keep your feathers dry in grim weather. You can equip it from the weapons menu.
I guess for a Reaper, wouldn't all the weather be grim?
Good point. Oh, yeah. But we'll keep your feathers...
Now, remember,
okay, so...
you gotta get that giant soul to get into the boy soul.
You gotta pay the troll toll to get it. Yeah.
But also, having an entire bureaucratic afterlife...
I feel like that's become a trope almost in fiction. Like that's like a very.
This is definitely like having a bureaucratic Grim Reaper kind of paradigm. I guess that is a kind of fresh take on that because normally you see it from the perspective of somebody going through it.
Are you talking about this game, or are you looking at footage of Have a Nice Death right now?
Oh no, this game.
Oh wow, and then look at how the difference in color too. Once we came out of there.
Oh, wow.
Ah, yeah, I love the art style for this. This is beautiful.
Now, I wonder if they're reaping from multiple worlds or multiple places in the same world.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume it's just one weird little fantasy world. Oh.
But also the whole bureaucratic idea of, yeah, you reap souls to power doors... to open them to reap more souls.
Alright. We got a door puzzle mechanic, or not puzzle, but just like... I'm sure there will be maze puzzle. I'm sure that there will be puzzles involving that. That feels like a, hey, this is easy the first time. Hey, Michael, what's up? What the fuck are these little things following me?
It's Michael Claus.
Hey, man. Yeah, how you doing? Oh, we got a bow and arrow.
Nice.
Sweet. Also a laser bow and arrow. It's got some free time. Nice. Okay, cool. And a shortcut, too. That feels very... That feels a little Souls-like.
It really makes you feel like a Dark Soul.
Oh, shit. Do I have a limited... It doesn't seem like I have a limited number of arrows.
So you can just keep firing from ranged, or is that... Oh, like limited. Okay, you've got 4.
Oh, shit. Ah!
I feel really bad because, according to a developer interview, this was well into development by the time that Hades was released. And they're just like, shit. Another roguelite that takes place in the afterlife.
Well, like we said, that's got even more than just the 2 examples, so...
Yeah. But I do feel bad for anyone trying to exist in a space where they're compared against Hades.
Well, that's definitely true. I mean, that's... I really still have to go back and look at like what else came out that year and determine where I would place it, but it being the top couple, if not maybe number 1, I would just have to go back and look at exactly what year it was and what else came out.
Yeah, I would have to say Hades has been one of my favorite games just of all time. Like, I really enjoyed Witcher 3. Elden Ring was phenomenal. The Demon's Souls remake was terrific. What are some other games we've seen on the stream that were just exceptional quality?
Well, Resident Evil Village was kind of my number 1 for last year.
See, now that gives me a bigger endorsement because I finished 7 a little while back, and that was I can see why it got the hype it did when it got it.
Yeah, I mean, I do, like, there are criticisms of the game, for sure, for 7, but I do think it does a lot of things right. And the things that I didn't like about it are basically all fixed in 8, so.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, like, enemy variety, right? That's a big criticism of Resident Evil 7, is that the mold monsters you fight are, you know, they're just very, they're very just the same kind of the whole time. But then all the bosses are incredibly unique and cool and well done. And so it kind of makes up for it. But then, you know, it is still could be looked at as an issue. But then, like, 8, I mean, yeah, there's so much enemy variety in 8. It's ridiculous. Or like I think the last third of Resident Evil 7, where you're on like the ship, is not as good as the rest of the game. It drags a little bit, I think, in that part. Whereas like 8, I think, just is one great sequence after another all the way to the end. You know, I wasn't sure what those were, Michael. And also for Metroid, I'm not. I guess I don't know exactly how far I am. I've killed at least like, I think I've killed 4 of those Emmy things at this point. 4 or 7 of them, and I've been in at least like 3 of the like different places of the game, or like the different like regions or whatever. Tim, now, did you play Metroid Dread?
I have not.
Because Metroid is personally my favorite Nintendo franchise, actually. Now, that's not to say I've played... Wow, that cracked really bad there. Jesus Christ. That's not to say that I have played every Metroid game, because I haven't. But just like aesthetically, it's just the cool... I don't know, it's just the most interesting world to me from any of them.
Considering, like, Metroidvania is, like... Metroid is the foundation of a lot of different video games in terms of, like, both conceptual ideology to the motif or game mechanics, or even just it's inspired people to get into the sphere of video game development, which is honestly an incredibly good sell.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's
you cut the sign in half.
And then you can actually read the half. That's funny. A map of soul energy. Okay. Spent in the Hall of Doors on Reaper upgrades. This boss to start out as a huge bitch, but a different type of boss becomes more challenging at a certain point. Okay. Cool. Well, I mean, Metroid Dread is like classic 2D Metroid, right? That's the one that came out on the Switch just last year. Oh, that's a whole other door. What is...
Yeah, that's a hard decision.
Oh, okay. Cool. That brought us back here. Darwin the Vault Keeper. Okay. Soul energy. Ah, cool. Okay, that's where we got our upgrades. Sweet. But no, I'm really liking Metroid Dread. I'm really thoroughly enjoying it. Well, actually, Metroid Dread and then this Death's Door are the only 2 games from last year that I hadn't played yet, and now we're getting into both of them at the same time, basically. Yeah, I guess I haven't seen a lot of that yet, Michael. But so far, the fact that that we are seeing like that there's hints of it even at the beginning, that is pretty fucking cool. Strength, dexterity, charge faster, increases speed, increase of movement, increases base speed, faster dodges, less cooldown time. Hey, no worries, No Name. Have a good rest of your evening.
You have a good one there, No Name.
Oh,
or else.
Good, this will increase damage done with magic spells, and so we're gonna get magic and spells and stuff in this, and that's awesome.
And it seems like just based on the icon for
I don't actually have enough.
They'll be interchangeable with the bow. Like you'll have a
that's what it
slot
seems
and
like.
A melee slot.
Or actually, well, maybe because I actually don't have a menu slot for the bow at all. Huh. Well, something maybe something will unlock as we get it.
But yeah, so far I think this game is.
It's very relaxing, almost.
Yeah, it's got an entirely different atmosphere, as well as oh, there's crows like cawing in the background. That's a place where I'm at. It's like they can tell we're playing Death's Door. But
I wonder if enemies come back here, or if they stay dead when you kill them.
So,
I'm sure this has
its hard
moments,
that I should relate this story. There's 3 crows that seem to live in our yard, like they nest and everything, and so we've taken to calling them Larry, Moe, and Curly.
I mean, that's fitting. That's fitting.
And allegedly, they follow our cars when we go nearby. Because like Lex the other day saw 3 crows that looked identical, and you're like, okay, all crows look identical. There's some markings on them.
They mostly do, though. Come on, they mostly do.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna choose to believe in the arcane reality where crows follow us.
Okay. Well, there's kind of a moral dilemma posed by the Chozo that I think, if elaborated on in a movie, would make a great Metroid film. Sci-fi. Oh, Munich, interesting. But I'll shut up about it. I mean, hey, you can talk about Metroid as much as you want, dude. Doesn't bother me none. All right. Oh, but that's okay. Hey, you can go back. The sign comes back every time.
Well, that's good.
Oh, so the enemies do return when you, yeah, the enemy. So in theory, you could. This is also a game you could totally farm for XP. Oh, what the fuck is that? The dude with no head, with like a turtle shell face. Ooh, shit.
Like the fact that they don't have health bars and you kind of have to look at their model to tell how damaged they are. That's something that I tend to like.
Or the camera was covering the health bar, and we just didn't notice that there was one.
Well, and like, just the idea that you can see that they're being more and more damaged until they break and the soul comes out.
Oh shit.
But the enemies with the faces as backpacks, that's kind of cool.
You can get them to ram into each other too. Ooh. Yeah, he got me. Oh, how they really want you to know. Alright. Did I
wonder if you have to reclaim your soul energy like a Souls game.
No, I didn't. It actually doesn't look like I lost anything.
Oh, that's nice. It's just a matter of the level kind of refreshing.
Yeah. You have to fight everything over again. Oh, Michael, did you see that Gotham Knights gameplay they put out yesterday? Because there's a very odd detail that I want to know your opinion about. Or Tim, I suppose I could ask you as well. Did you see that?
Oh, I have not.
Okay. I figured probably not, but without your counsel, I have not kept up with the video game. No, that's okay. So they put out a gameplay demo. It's like 15 minutes long. Of the Gotham Knights game coming out later this year, and it was specifically gameplay of Red Hood and Nightwing, right? Like did some of the 2-player and stuff, and it starts out and it's just like showing how they can traverse the city, and like Nightwing has like this like almost mechanical little like glider thing that he like pulls, and he like glides. He moves pretty quick. It looks like something that he might have because of the sci-fi elements of DC. And then they go over and they show the Red Hood, right? Which, in Tim, for context, do you know the Red Hood character? Just to make sure you know how weird.
That I do.
Okay, so I just want you to know how weird this design choice is. His thing, right? Because like in the Batman Arkham games, you could do the glide, almost like fly thing with the cape. Well, you can't do that with Nightwing or Red Hood because they don't have a cape. So Nightwing, they gave the glider, and Red Hood has a magic jumping power, and he like makes Doctor Strange platforms as he leaps around the city to like run on.
That's a interesting choice.
It was it's like, well, because he was resurrected by the Lazarus Pit, he now has magic jumping platform powers. I'm like, that is the most video game bullshit I think I've ever heard.
Making lore to fit specific mechanics when video games are the adaptation doesn't really work. Especially because it seems like they just came up with a traversal mechanic and then had a fucking storyboard meeting where they figured out the lore.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is.
They're like, well, it would suck if we gave Red Hood also a glider.
Unfortunately, I'm still alive. Maybe if you try hitting me with a harder attack. That's funny. Still here, still alive. No, okay. Not your fault. It happens to everybody. I'm afraid I'm burdened with unending life. Can't explain it. I'm told you're seeking an answer. Steadhone and Keeper of Graves.
Definitely not Headstone. Steadhone.
Steadhone. Steadhone. Oh, and if you do find yourself... I'm headstone, that's the problem. If you do find yourself strengthened somehow, feel free to try and kill me again. Huh. Interesting. Well, at least they moved out of the way. As a guardian of the door, preserver of order, and a home to stray souls. Huh. Can I fuck up the grave? Yeah, I don't know, Michael. Like, you should look up the, just look up the, footage just to see it, because it is weird. It's just a... If the game is really fun and whatever, like, I guess, it'll be a weird thing and something that entertains me, but, like, it's just a very weird choice, I feel like. And I wonder if there's going to be a, like... Yeah, I don't know. Well, Tim Drake has, like, a teleport, but at least that, as over the top as it was, I felt like I could go explain it away with he's using, like, a satellite, Wayne Enterprises satellite, like a Star Trek beam, and that's why he can do that. I was at least like, it's a ridiculous, but I could, like, at least kind of explain that one away. But the Red Hood thing is just, I mean...
It still befuddles me that the most accurate representation of how
Tim does have a
real-world
cape,
teleportation would work
Tim has a cape,
was in Inhumans with the quantum teleportation dude. Or the quantum entanglement dude. I forget his name.
Wait, you talking about the dog?
No, like, remember the dude with no eyes? in
Agents of Shield. In Agents, the Inhuman character that was in Agents of Shield. Yes, I do.
That's
remember
what
that.
I meant. Yes,
I do remember that. Yeah. Did you watch the Inhumans show, Tim?
Oh no.
Oh, because
that's, I guess, why I was so easily able to conflate the two, because I forgot about that show's existence.
Collected a Life Seed. Me, Michael, Alex, and Ulysses, we hate watched the entire 8 episodes. I was gonna say, you high Tim.
But yeah, so quantum entanglement, according to scientific theory, is, I mean, it's already been practiced with single bits of data, and they've gotten it to work with single bits of data.
Well, because of quantum computers, we can actually observe unbelievably tiny life forms that actually just exist to biologically perform quantum entanglement and actually physically teleport. It can only be observed on the level of it's so goddamn small. It's like, how do you even describe it? But yeah.
So
is the thing.
The fact that more properties made more relative recently, they do tend to cop out with things like, oh, it's a satellite laser teleporter, and it works by it beams you places, and it where they just.
I mean, I don't know. They haven't said anything about it. They just kind of put that in there and kind of didn't even ask questions. We could teleport an electron. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, or he walks through the shadows. It usually got a magical approach to it, and when it's got a scientific approach,
if it is magic,
sure
then that's
Star
fine.
Trek didn't. They're like, you dematerialize and then rematerialize.
Well, I always wondered if
why they don't have a giant vat of biofuel for reconstituting people.
Well, I've always wondered. Well, yeah, what Michael just said. Is it the same you? I've always wondered, because that movie, The Prestige. I've always wondered if Star Trek, you could almost apply a similar thing. Like, it's just cloning you. The you that existed is dead and has been ripped apart to an atomic structure.
And the one that know.
And that the one that reappears on the other side is not you. Not really. It's more like a clone.
According to Star Trek, and yes,
X-Men.
I did Google the lore.
X-Men, X-Men too.
They teleport by converting a person or an object into a energy pattern, then send that energy pattern via teleportation device to another transporter device, where the energy is then converted back into matter. So they're using actual matter to energy transmutation.
Converter. Yeah. Or transmutation, yeah, okay. Yeah, so.
That's wild.
I mean, Star Trek, there are episodes of Star Trek that are very lazy about the sci-fi, and then there are episodes that are very thoughtful and thorough about it too. You get a mix. You really do. So it's kind of Rick and Morty style, but at least that's a nihilistic take on it anyways. Yeah, no, that's definitely true.
Well, and then you also get the how is it described that Nightcrawler teleports? He turns into shadow.
Nightcrawler, I'm not sure about a science, the actual sci-fi explanation that they've given. I thought, because isn't Azazel his father a demon? And so he's or is he a full-on mutant? Because I thought it was Mystique was a mutant, and then Azazel was an actual demon. It's just smoke that moves from place to place. Huh. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That. Okay. I can accept that. I've always Okay, as much shit as I was talking about teleportation, backstory, and across various media, the turning to smoke one has always been kind of cool. But then I also really wish they would do more with, like, what happens if part of your smoke cloud gets trapped in something? It's just like, oh shit, that was my kidney.
Well, you'd be out of a kidney, man. I'll tell you.
Nightcrawler's biggest weakness is a fucking wall fan.
Ooh. Alright, he's sending out some more complicated enemy. That's part of why he always had to see where he was. Yeah, that's true. If you remember, Tim, Nightcrawler would always talk about how he could only go to a place that he could see.
Ah.
That was an actual limitation on his power.
That is I really having trouble. Like, I know Harry Potter, as dumb as
that's
it is,
just
also
magic.
use that kind of thing.
Well, that's also just magic, so you don't have to explain
like,
just magic. Like, if it's magic, as long as you could establish whatever rules you want and stick to the rules that you establish, as long as you don't betray your own rules, magic can just be whatever. I mean, that can be anything.
Well, I suppose the thing I talk about is more the limitation some properties will place on teleportation. That is, you have to be able to visualize the place in your head before you can teleport there, and that either acts as if you have physically been or seen that place, or like, what's the movie? I want to say Jumper.
Oh God, I think me and Michael were like, that was like the middle movie we didn't want to see at the drive-in one time.
I did see it, and it was okay. Like, I haven't seen it in years, but I remember younger me thinking, okay, that's a cool take on teleportation. Like, there's an order of paladins that hunt down the teleporters because they have more power than any one person should.
Oh, and also, yeah, he takes if he teleports without being able to see, he's literally taking it on blind faith, which is, also he's a very religious character too. So
yeah, that's a really cool thing that I'm pretty sure is unique with Nightcrawler, kind of like that religious faith aspect, in addition to like the leap of faith when he's teleporting where he hasn't seen before or been before.
Yeah. See, Jumper was kind of dumb. I appreciate they had some grand religious notion why they can't be everywhere at once. I really don't remember that movie much.
Yeah, it was like
at all.
There was like this religious order about how
we're fighting a castle.
Oh, cool. I guess that's what they meant by giant.
Guardian of the Door. Okay.
Now this is a unique boss.
Yeah. Can I just... Oh, shit. Oh. Oh, shit. Alright. Oh, God. Okay, that's... Yeah, it's a pretty badass boss fight. That's pretty fucking cool, I have to say. Oh God. Oh God, oh God. Oh shit, okay. That's pretty fucking cool. Yeah, we're just fighting Hogwarts. Hogwarts is shooting lasers at us. And yeah, even the boss has got that same visual crack that you were talking about before. That same, like
the vessel with that the soul is housed in is being...
Oh my God.
Slowly broken.
Very cool. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God.
I love that this fucking, it's not parapets, but the, whatever the shit the top of the roofs are called, I like that they open back to reveal little fucking cannons. That's awesome.
Yeah, I love the design.
And the fact that the one thing we've already fought was like a mini boss.
Oh yeah, I figured that was just like here's a real basic. But the level is I really like the level. It is almost like getting to a Souls boss, like with the way you keep opening up shortcuts and the area feeds back into itself like a little maze. Very cool. Yeah. Was it? Oh, no, I'm trying to remember which direction it actually was. Was this right? No, this is wrong. This is totally wrong.
I do really appreciate the opening up shortcuts method, because it really promotes paying attention to the world rather than having a linear track that you see and forget constantly.
Yeah. No, this was definitely... No, okay, yeah, up here, I think. Yeah, this was definitely... took some inspiration from Souls games. Oh, it's just right there.
And like, I am aware of the fact that Dark Souls did not invent shortcuts.
Oh no, Resident Evil did.
Yeah.
The first Resident Evil. That's like, I mean, that game might have invented like opening up shortcuts to feed back into a complicated labyrinthian environment in a video game. That might have actually invented that. Or actually, no, Alone in the Dark I think came first.
From your knowledge of Castlevania, is that element something that's present in any of the earlier iterations?
Oh, actually, yeah, no. Well, I guess I was thinking in like... Well, no, because yeah, that's both Metroid and Castlevania. Yeah, I guess I was thinking in a 3D environment. I really, but if you're looking at 2D games, then Metroid and Castlevania were the first two to really do that.
And it's actually kind of impressive how much inspiration, when you start looking at the core elements of Metroid and Castlevania, like you do start seeing that kind of reverberate with like roguelike games.
Oh yeah, just in general.
And I think
yesterday it was me, Alex, and Ulysses. We were playing Ghostwire Tokyo, which I think we will finish next week, actually. I think we only got one more session of that. And then after that is over, we'll be playing Returnal again, because there's an expansion that they put out for free that we have not looked at yet. Sorry, just had to pause for a second there. Hey, we did it. First boss down.
I love how you pause it right as the boss dies. I like that the soul energy is pink.
Well, the red and the pink, the color scheme stands out pretty well. It's the way to the summit. Okay.
Shit, even the elevators look different. As different as you can make an elevator.
Yeah, I feel like there's only so much variation to be had in an elevator. Really, it's just how shitty is the music.
Oh, I have started replaying the first Banner Saga.
Oh, nice. That's another one we're gonna do.
Oh, absolutely.
Part of me is even... Oh yeah, the music in this is great. Yeah, I'm really liking the music. It's honestly like kind of relaxing. It's like really chill. Really chill music. I got some incense. Okay.
You got some incest. Oh no.
Incense. Damn it. That's the kind of thing I expect Ulysses to say.
Well, he did start rubbing off on me.
I'm gonna have to talk to him about that, man.
Yeah.
The coffin lit as a ramp. Yeah, that was great. I am debating. I'm thinking almost maybe we should play a few of these shorter indie games before we do Elden Ring. I've got a few of them. I mean, I don't know.
Well, I remember you saying, or I forget who had actually brought it up, but because of the duration, like Dark Souls 2 and what Elden Ring will be, it might be a good idea to like alternate between Elden Ring and other games.
Well, that's also true. That's also true. The other thing is I just haven't bought it yet either. Sword of Damocles. Hell yeah. My lord, I discovered it had somehow passed through this door. You know where we are, fledgling. Tower hanging over him seems kind of dangerous. Yeah? I think it's further forward. I think it's like off the cliff. Oh, title card. Really light title card. The end point for all life. It's actually the monolith from 2001. All those are powered by the energy of souls. Perhaps with a truly monumental amount of power, even this one could be forced open. Sadly, the soul I stole from you was not enough. Afraid that our fates are very much intertwined now. Hey, fuck you for intertwining with me. Assignment incomplete. Your death is now an inevitability. Without the soul that now resides behind this door, you're trapped. Oh, so now we have to get all of the other souls in the game just to... Okay. Fortune may still smile upon us. This cursed land is hidden to the Reapers, somehow untouched by the laws of nature. Creatures here have the potential to live beyond their years, growing ever larger and more powerful. Three such beings whose combined soul energy can grant us power. Okay. There's got to be more than... There's got to be at least 4 bosses then, right? Is that it, though? That doesn't seem like a lot. It's an old witch obsessed with escaping the clutches of death. And the force to the east, a self-proclaimed king rules over the ruins of a flooded cathedral. Atop the mountain to the west, a beast of untold years, primal and vicious with no want or desire. Okay. I didn't mean to have an entanglement. Man, she as my body grows weary. Your path is your own now. You need to venture into the wilds and reap those giant souls. I mean, we're getting souls, right? Like that's the currency of the game is souls. Like that's pretty close to. Even if there's a lot of different elements of actual gameplay to this. It's definitely taking a lot from the Souls franchise. Keep my bitch wife name out. You know, because of the entanglement. Cool. All right. Well, we've got our mission for the game. I wonder if that's the game, or if that's the end of the game, or if there is like more to it, like more areas even after that. Way to the... Oh, okay, so the witch is the first one. Ah, okay, cool. Nice little shortcut. No shit, it requires a key. Really hope Chris Rock tears into Will Smith at some point, just for other comedians. Oh yeah, I'd love to hear him actually go off about it. He almost did right then in the moment, but he decided to, you know, not let it get to him. But oh yeah, I can't wait. Oh. Oh, that almost reminds me of like some old like Game Boy games, like the way that the room transitions over once you pass through the doorway. Oh no, no, I did not. And then is this like back around? Is this just the front? Oh yeah, okay, so that just okay, so that's just a big circle. In a moment I will have to pause briefly just to take care of something quick, but I'm waiting for a message to tell me when. Well, Tim, you said you said you were playing the Banner Saga games again?
Yeah, I never beat the. I never played the second or the third ones, and I didn't realize how interconnected the story was, and that I had forgotten almost everything from my first playthrough.
So you kind of had to go back.
Yeah, and I realized just how drastically, like, who lives and dies towards the end. Like, there's far-reaching ramifications for shit you do towards the beginning of the game.
And it's all three of them that like they all factor into each other, right? Like
oh, absolutely, yeah. Like characters who survived the first game are in those subsequent games, but if they didn't make it, their stories aren't in there.
So you could get some pretty wildly different like storylines in the like the further along it goes.
Because some characters are exclusive. Like I thought you could get every character and keep them all alive, but no, some characters are exclusive. Like if you let them join your party, that act leads to one of your existing party members dying down the road, and sometimes it doesn't. But like
interesting. So some of it's just like you'd have to play it at least a few times to like.
Yeah, you'd have to play through it at least twice to try to get most of all of the. So I'm making different decisions than I did the first time around.
How difficult is that game too? Is it like just kind of a simple like thing, or is it?
Well, it has an easy, medium, hard difficulty setting. So this second time I'm playing it through on easy, and oh boy, does it let you focus on the story a lot more.
Okay. Bring your weapons and
it's arguably very punishing because, like, on easy, there's no ramifications of stuff that goes wrong. But on medium,
that's how that works. Okay.
If people die in combat, like they get permanently injured until your party stops and actually rests, which takes supplies. Or then there's hard mode, where characters can just die when they get defeated in combat.
Oh. Damn. Well, that's like Fire Emblem, right?
Yeah.
It's like your classic, or XCOM, right? Your classic, like, RTS type stuff. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, Will Smith is like, if you go back and listen to his rap music, it's like the lamest rap music you've ever heard. It was popular at one point, which I don't really understand, but... It's just like the most sanitized, like I feel like you could get. Okay.
And pertaining to like Chappelle getting attacked, like I feel like people are linking the two situations together a bit more than it's worth. Like, I do definitely see like violence against comedians being like the definite linking factor, and
well, any comedian will tell you that that's a pattern of things that just like that's something that's happened to most comedians in there at least once.
Yeah, like it happens to a lot of comedians. Like it has like before, and I imagine it definitely didn't get better with that whole slap thing. But like at the same time,
it's definitely getting worse because it's
like
making people feel
bit like, because it wasn't just like a slap or like throwing something. Somebody went after him like with a knife and gun.
Yeah. I mean, that's like, certainly more serious. Yeah. Certainly more serious. Right.
It's definitely kind of crappy that like it happened at all, because like I don't think Chappelle is funny, but at the same time I don't think any comedian really deserves to be fucking attacked, especially with weapons. Though, did you see the tackle? Holy shit, that was the shittiest. He was at a full charge and like knocked him to the side.
Well, only an idiot would try and do something like that, so of course he didn't know how to even attack someone.
Though, like, I think Chappelle was a little bit fucked in just saying that the dude that attacked him was like a trans dude, because and that he must not have liked his comedy, when he wasn't. I had no reason to believe he was.
I don't think he actually meant that.
Well, that's the thing with comedians that go to that place. It's understandable that anything that a comedian says is funny, but specifically,
oh, his name is Pothead.
His name is Pothead. That's terrific. Holy shit. And then his like neck is like a bunch of little wooden logs.
Oh, he does have, yeah, he's got soup in there. Oh yeah, I mean, I liked Will Smith, but I won't really respect him until, well, yeah, absolutely. He's like the world, he's like the biggest cuck on the internet, basically. I mean, that's, yeah. Just if he stands up for himself,
didn't you just
say
that he was like in an open relationship?
That he does not like and never wanted.
Oh, see, I definitely.
Yeah, no. Jada Pinkett Smith has like been bringing Will Smith on her talk show called The Red Table and like publicly humiliating him and almost making him cry on camera. And well, she tells stories about the like 19-year-old friend of their kids that she weaned off of drugs, got codependent on her, and then fucked.
Christ.
Yeah, so Jada Pinkett Smith is basically a pedophile. Yeah.
I had not known that.
Yep. That's why that slap happened, Tim. Will Smith has been getting mocked mercilessly for years because of how his wife just brings him out in public and just does this shit to him. There's even like videos, like she don't even like take videos in the middle of their house, and he's like, yeah, stop. And he's like getting angry, like, stop fucking taping me. Like, I do not. And she's like, blah, 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 blah. And it's, yeah, it's bad. Yeah, Will and Jada, and yeah, Jada and Amber. Oh, all right, here. I will be right back for you guys. Tim, Michael, if you want to just entertain without me for just a brief moment.
I think that follows under the like trend of celebrities generally getting to fuck whoever they want, up to and including grooming children. And a lot of the response that people get when they point that out is, well, they're really lucky. They fucked someone sexy and famous. And it's like, yeah, well, like, maybe don't go fucking them, though.
There you are.
Oh, yeah. Celebrities are terrible at being role models. Because then, like, I don't know. It's kind of like the thing of meet your heroes, and celebrities, not all of them, but quite a few believe that it's like the best thing that can happen to one of their fans is for them to meet them. Which is a really powerful and also self-centered way of looking at that. Well, yeah, actors play like larger than life people, and I don't know. It puts there's just okay. Let me reword it. There's far too few celebrities that are conscientious or aware of the clout or interpersonal power they wield. And it's just disappointing and depressing that, like, it's just kind of taken, like, in stride, like, by all of their fans. Like, you can point out to somebody that, like, hey, and this didn't happen, but, like, fucking Jacques Cousteau, fucking, he just killed 3 people. Oh shit, really? Well, he's really good in Rain Man, so... And I'm not saying he was in Rain Man. But then also, you do have things like... Well, not to belittle the slap, but like you have somebody going on a stage and slapping somebody once, but because it was witnessed, nobody can turn a blind eye to it because it was on a national stage. And so, you have, like, what the fuck is his name? Well, shit, Kevin Spacey's a great example of that. Like, he got away with it for, like, 25 years? And it was only in the midst of, like, a bunch of people being outed that he was actually finally taken to task for it. I think acting almost has to be an apolitical job, or else they always inadvertently lead people down a wrong path. Yeah. Yeah, and, like, I want to disagree because, like, there's some actual good that you can do with that level of clout, but at the same time, that also gives permission for the people that do have really stupid fucking views to have that kind of clout and power.
Alright. Sorry, I am back. Can you hear me? Am I muted?
Oh, no, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's we were just talking about, or Michael and I were talking about how celebrities wield an undue amount of power due to the clout they hold within society.
Oh, yeah, they're the most privileged, self-righteous people.
Used for good. It just rarely ever is, because for every person you have that's like using their celebrity status to promote change to the environment, you also have people that are just like grooming the shit out of children.
Celebrities really are the worst.
Or
they're
like
big role models. Because actors play superheroes.
Fucking terrible people.
Seen as anything inspirational. Absolutely. Acting almost has to be an apolitical job, or else they always inadvertently lead people down. That's No, I'm definitely with you on that. Well, I should be indebted to you if we could push forward together.
It's kind of like allowing good into the world, but at the same time allowing evil.
I mean, it's impossible to have one without the other.
Exactly.
Unless you take away free will, which, I mean, I think would not be good.
Well, that's the thing. Murder is technically free will. So it's like, free will almost has to be reined in to a reasonable degree. And
well, if your freedom is taking someone else's freedom, then I think that's a pretty reasonable line.
And Aristotle, who said all artists are liars and the worst kind of human being should be banished from existence. Aristotle also said a woman's place was below that of a man, and that it was unnatural that any woman should be equal to a man. So definitely, it's a good quote, but also lightly fuck Aristotle.
Do I have one? I do have one.
Because it wasn't like a philosophical prose either. He looked at Spartan women that owned businesses and was like, that's fucking unnatural, the gods should smite them.
Lady businesses, huh? The Garden of Peace. This is not peaceful. Blood all over the floor. Athenians hated Spartan. Oh yeah, they despised Spartan culture.
Well,
they hated each. You know that there was that one time that a Spartan warrior snuck into Athens in the middle of the night and just knocked all the dicks off all the statues.
Yeah, fucking Christ.
This is pretty funny, I think. It's a solid ancient history story. Like, literally, it was like that in and of itself was considered an act of warfare.
It wasn't as much about Athenians hating Spartans as much as he was...
they hated each other, dude. That was absolutely a massive part of it.
They definitely did hate each other. But more of Aristotle's take on women being like, okay... In Athenian culture, as long as you were the top, you were good. But women couldn't top, so they were bad. And not bad, just weaker and lesser. Which, I suppose, if it's the view of an entire society, then you can hardly fault that for one guy. Because, of course... even a philosopher is going to have general overtones of the society in which they live in. But then, circling back to the dick knocking off war.
That's a great war.
It's fucking Christ, that's hilarious.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. To be fair, half the patriarchal cultures thought that, and half would be more cool with women. It was a bit of a 50-50 thing.
Well, it is exactly kind of a, it is like that. And what was especially funny is
the history is also just good at history.
I mean, yeah. And what was it? The Theban military was at one point almost as feared as a Spartan regiment because they essentially had the Gay 300. There was an entire battalion of
300 was pretty gay already. I mean, let's just be completely honest about
but Sparta
that.
was fairly against gay because if there was a man bottoming, he wasn't fit to be a man. Though.
Well, in Greek culture, all 300 of them were gay.
All 300s are gay.
But no, I mean, in most Greek culture in general, it was seen as effeminate to be a gay bottom, but it was seen as very masculine to be a gay top still.
Yeah, and so
like that's
it was
just
to the
like,
point where like you could be a gay top, even with like well, depending on the period and the city, with like children.
I've got a good.
If you were the top, you were still good, but like the bottoms would like obscure their identity and like not talk about it at all, which was like just a weird take to have.
So
as long as you're not getting fucked, it's okay. And then the Spartans, they were just like, that's completely fucked because a man shouldn't be worrying about fucking anyway. You're only a man if you prove yourself in battle.
Yeah. That's also true. Grooming was just straight up like acceptable and like it's socially acceptable. Yep.
Grooming is mostly socially acceptable now.
Yeah, it is in a lot of places, unfortunately. But no, I've got a Greek story for you that I just learned from Alex on the stream, on the stream last night. So did you know, in Greece back then, I forget if this was like, or which specific area this was, but so if you came home, right, and there was another man sleeping with your wife, it was legal for you to murder him. If you found him in the act. If you found out about it later, it was not legal.
But it was legal. Oh, go ahead, tell it.
No. It was legal to murder the guy if you caught them in the act. It was not legal to murder him if you found him after. But if you found him after, there were two options. One, you could make him pay a fine, and I don't know exactly what the rules were on how big those fines could be, but now you could like enforce a fine of some kind. Or you had a second option, which was you were legally allowed to sodomize that man with a turnip. Specifically and only a turnip.
Which is absolutely fucking hysterical. There was a third option of cutting the guy's dick off, but why go with that when you could either get all of his riches or sodomize him with a fucking turnip?
It's so specifically, too. Like, it's like very specifically a turnip. I assume it's because it's got that kind of light bulb shape, and that just it's probably a pretty uncomfortable shape in general.
I imagine it would probably get stuck due to the shape.
Well, I mean, this is the conversation we got into on the stream last night, but tons of people are already shoving light bulbs up their asses anyway, so.
True. That's true. Did they wash the turnip first?
I mean, I would think not. I mean, if it was going to be a real punishment, it's got to be a dirty turnip. All right, Soup Man Nut, we're just hanging on a ass disease. This is part of the punishment. It's quite so earthenware in appearance. Right. Yeah, no, we're trying to kill that bitch. Reaping to her naturally extended years. So not to confront the old witch and request she undo her ceramic deed and restore me to my former handsome self. It's quite the looker. I bet this guy was fucking just horrifying to look at. I don't want Drake out of your head. Ugh. Is it? It's like that soup must be like his brain, basically, right? Are you?
Well, Brain Stew is a song by Green Day.
Oh, also an ass turnip sounds like a new sex move. Oh wait, what was that?
It would be anal turnips. Dude, you ever tried an anal turnip? What's that? Oh, dude, it's fucking wild.
Yeah, it sounds like something. Dewey, you don't want no part of this
Ass
shit.
Radish 2000.
I can see that being the name of a porn video.
Backdoor Turnips 12.
I prefer Backdoor Turnips 1 through 3, personally.
Yeah, after Backdoor Turnips 4, they really started
phoning the turnip in.
They started phoning it in, and by that they replaced the turnip with a phone.
Now that sounds very uncomfortable. That was a decent. Hey, Michael was okay with your pun this time. You did it. You made Michael not hate a pun.
What them replacing the turnip anal scenes with phone anal scenes?
Yeah, phoning it in. Yeah, he actually didn't mind that one so much. Phoning it in. Yeah, just the statement, phoning it in. No, I'll give that one to you. I'm not a big pun fan either, but that was not bad. Usually I'll be alright with puns if they're like super gross or dirty and like dark or messed up in some way. Oh, interesting. Family Tube. And, alright, I don't know what we're supposed to do with that. Oh, can I get... No, I cannot. Okay. Also, Tim, I was thinking, actually, of calling it at about 8 o'clock for us tonight. If that's okay with you.
That's fine by me.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Make a good statue, would I not? Shut up, pothead. Here we are. So we look unassuming. However, Michael would like to know if you've seen Doctor Strange yet, Tim.
I saw it opening night.
Nice.
And, just some of the deaths in there were so brutal. Without any spoilers.
Yeah, it's so new. I don't really want to get into any specifics.
Yeah.
Yet, but
the deaths were cool. The effects were on point. I mean, it's a Marvel movie budget, so they're gonna be on point.
You know, that's actually an interesting thing that doesn't require us to talk about anything about the story of the movie, but I've actually, and this was one time where I didn't think it had this problem, but I feel like ever since Black Widow, I've actually been like, come on, Marvel, like almost every one of these movies has had some shoddy special effects somewhere in it. Like ever since Black Widow forward, I've been like, guys, you were not. Yeah, that's true. That is one effect that didn't look great. But at the same time, yeah, it's like, was that because Sam Raimi likes to do cheesy, campy effects like that? Because it kind of works maybe like that. but like even like No Way Home, I like there were some spots where I was like, the CG really like does not feel like, I don't know, there's just some spots where I really thought that they felt like they were phoning it in a little bit actually.
Nice.
Ooh. I love the necromancy. Yeah, no, those were great. But then I was gonna say that Doctor Strange has been, I think, maybe the first movie in all of Phase 4 where I felt like I never once, like, except maybe the third eye thing, maybe being just a little, but that was like maybe it. That was like I felt like the effects all were solid. In this one, where I really have lately been like, yeah, Marvel, you're kind of dropping the ball with the special effects just a little bit. At least inconsistent. Like they're pushing out the products too fast for them to like 100% finish all the CGI. Because like even Spider-Man, I thought was like, really? There's a few shots even in that I was like. Yeah, Black Widow was true. Like the effects were like especially there's the moment where Florence Pugh flies off the helicopter when it explodes, and you can like pretty much see the fucking like wire and the entire like the green screen is really bad, and that like there's some really poorly done moments in Black Widow especially, and then even in like the third act of Shang-Chi there were a few moments where I was like, I really feel like I could very clearly see the green screen behind you. I don't know. There's been like at least one little, or in Eternals, there was a fully CGI character in one of the post-credit scenes that I thought looked terrible.
Was it the first or second post-credit scene?
Well, that movie is also, well, one, I don't think anybody cares, and then in two, it's old enough that but the Pip the Troll character I thought was just fucking CGI. The Pip the Troll CGI was, I thought, really bad. Did not look good. The plot was garbage times too, but the CGI was definitely the worst aspect. Yeah, I mean, the plot in Black Widow was fucking terrible almost the entire time. But, yeah, the effects, yeah, just not great. But, yeah, I don't know. But Doctor Strange, I was, on the whole, very happy with how it looked. The VFX, I thought, finally, they actually finished one of these things before they fucking released it.
And, without saying anything about the plot, I did like it.
I thought it was better than Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think this movie.
Yes, that's Michael. Oh, sorry, you finish your point first.
Oh no. Yeah, how landmark Thanos motion caption was too.
Yeah, like that's a landmark quality effect, and yet it feels like they're phoning it in and just not even finishing shit with a bunch of other stuff.
I totally agree. Like, if you are gonna showcase that you can do something and then you don't do it another, I know it's a big MCU and there's a lot of moving parts and
I'm more willing to
people working at it.
I'm more willing to accept that in like the Disney Plus shows because I'm like, this is still like on another level as far as television effects go. But there is something about the movies, yeah, where it's like you can't quite finish that 100%, you know? Like, I don't know.
Like that wasn't an option?
Yeah. Brand is built on consistency, and that includes effects. Yes, no, that's a very good point. That is yeah.
No, I can concur with you there. But yes, I think it's cool to see a movie done like because it's hard to feel like some of these MCU movies.
What's that?
Have a far enough reaching effect.
I'm going to pick her up. I don't know when I'll be back. Okay.
Sorry, hold on one second, guys.
it'll fuck up the video if it's cool tonight.
What I'll do.
Do you know the PM real quick?
Sure. That would be easier.
Yeah, okay, hungry.
Alright. Sorry. Continue. Oh, shit.
Oh, I actually was just finishing my sentence because anything more than that, just saying that a Marvel movie has far-reaching impact without demonstrating the fact that the sky has to fall every time.
Yeah. This was the one movie where I was like, I don't mind this because I feel like we've had some build-up to it, and Doctor Strange is a character that should always be dealing with like really high stakes things because it's like he actively refuses to even help with things that aren't like that he doesn't deem worth his time in the comics. So like Doctor Strange is the one place where I'm like, you do get to have kind of crazy stakes in Doctor Strange on a regular basis. That's but true. It really depends on the character. Like Moon Knight did not need to have any sort of world-wide stakes to it. It just did not.
I suppose what I liked especially about it was that it did have far-reaching impact and it did have potentially world-ending consequences. But at the same time, if you look at it from the perspective as just somebody who lives in that universe, they might not have any idea that their world is ending. And I feel like that is very much in the realm of Doctor Strange's wheelhouse. Because he's kind of...
I can see that, like, Michael, I can see that.
Oh yeah. Only felt tonally correct in its final scene. Yeah.
I can definitely feel that. I don't know what is up with these little things following me.
Now, Michael, are you referring to the post-credit scene, or are you talking about, like, the final scene before the credits?
I'm assuming he means the post-credit scene. Yeah, the post-credits. Yeah. No, I figured. Alrighty. Alright. Let's see here. Well, actually, we could probably go until 8:30 after all, if you're up for it.
Yeah, I could do that.
No, I thought I had another one. Well, have you seen anything else interesting lately, Tim? Any new stuff you've heard or seen? Or I know you and Michael both saw. I mean, we all three did, but
don't want to spoil that either. But its Knight feels like a pimp mob Don sitting in that limousine. That felt very Mr. Knight.
Yeah, that is more like, well, because Mr. Knight is, yeah. There's a lot that's handled very differently. Oh God, Jesus Christ! There's so many of them. Spoil? No, I get it, Michael. You don't want to soil yourself. It's okay.
I wouldn't want to soil myself either. I know this came out a while ago, but have either of you seen Blood of Zeus? If it's new to you.
Blood of Zeus. I watched a little bit of it, and I got kind of bored. I'm not gonna lie. I thought the animation was cool, but I didn't find the story super engaging.
I will admit, it does start slow, but
it's called Blood of Zeus.
Michael. One of the more unique ones I've seen in terms of like how its take on the Olympian gods ends up going. Like, it does ring of God of War plots, but also I believe it's in the second episode that we really get to see the hell. What were those? What is?
I couldn't even tell you how much I watched. What is that?
What is it that Wonder Woman is called? Like, where is she from?
Themyscira?
Yeah, and what are those people called?
Amazons.
All right. Yes, the Amazon warriors. Like, they actually like get some like the golden decked female warriors on horses with spears and shit, like the full Grecian mythology version.
Do they have only one tit?
Okay.
Because it's not totally accurate unless they only have one tit. Because they'd cut one off so that it wouldn't get in the way of their elbow when they're doing archery. Hey, Afternoon Tune! Welcome, man. How are you doing?
Thank you for tuning in, Afternoon Tune.
Yeah, right.
Hopefully you are a couple hours behind us because currently it's an evening tune.
So much television now, I feel like I don't even get to keep up with all the television I want to either. You know, to be honest, I feel like I honestly feel like there's not that much anymore that I actually care about. I don't know.
That's because you have high standards. You just gotta lower yourself.
Good, I'm doing pretty good.
Doing
pretty good.
Nothing. I'm kidding. You just hate everything.
Severance?
That's what makes you you.
Mostly old television. No, that's fair. Severance on Apple Plus. I have not been willing to get Apple Plus so far. They have not. I used a free trial to watch one particular movie I wanted to see, but otherwise I have kind of I don't know. Hello.
But yes, I recently finished all of Blood of Zeus, and I have to say I actually hope it does get a second season. The ending was so far from where I thought it would end up that it was awesome. Oh, fucking precious puppy.
Come here. Yeah. Sage, you have a dog? I do. Yeah, his name is, and Michael, I feel like you'll enjoy that his name is Link. So, there's always a new show, but is there always a new show that's good? That is different, or appeals to you specifically. I fucking love that. I figured you would. We're getting them. So I should have it by either Friday or Saturday, but. We got him a collar that is literally it's all around stained glass images of Toon Link from Wind Waker, but it's like stained glass collage images of Link. And then I also got a Master Shield dog pendant collar, whatever, that'll go on his collar as well.
That's adorable. Oh, Sage, have you watched Arcane?
No. That is one thing I've been meaning to. I have been meaning to check that out because I've heard it's good. I have heard it is good.
It is definitely one of the favorite TV shows that I've seen in, I would say, the last year. Just
because that was really good. I wonder about
that. Show that's willing to not pull its punches.
Well, I just appreciate when there's adult animation too.
Oh yeah. The only thing I would argue detracts from its original material is that they kick things up a notch in terms of having some of the villains because okay, the main antagonist of season 1 was a character in the game that was more focused on fucking with people instead of straight up murdering them.
Okay.
And that is one thing that I think they changed. They made it darker in some aspects where I don't think it really needed to be. But on the whole, I think it was really well executed, especially with having each set of 3 episodes of the first season kind of have its own narrative, but at the same time they all feed into this overarching narrative.
Okay. I mean, it's because it's based on
It is based on League of Legends.
See, and that's something I don't think I would ever play, so
Oh, no. I after having seen the show, I tried to go back and play it, and Christ, isn't mind-numbing. And
yeah, it's not my kind
of game. Every person you play with is a dickhead. So, but in terms of like the lore from it, like it's piecemealed from character descriptions, voice lines in matches, item descriptions, and shit like that. Kind of how you would piecemeal lore together in a Souls game.
Okay.
And then they take that and make it an actual narrative, starting in one of the more interesting locations, and then drawing characters there and introducing characters that are native to that area, and like building the world from one place outward.
Okay. Have you seen all of it, or just like some of it?
I've seen. Well, there's only the first season out.
Right. But have you seen?
I have seen that.
Okay.
And it ends on such a massive cliffhanger. It's like getting hit with an explosion that stops halfway through.
Huh. Oh, and yes, I have seen Top Gun, but it has been a while. So
I've seen it as well, and
mostly just remember the volleyball scene everybody always makes fun of.
I don't know if I'm gonna end up seeing Maverick, because like I just don't know that there's.
I think it's a weird thing to want to make a sequel to. I definitely do. I don't really care, to be honest. I don't really care to. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, it doesn't seem interesting to me just to make it's not a movie I feel like needed a sequel. I mean, maybe they'll surprise me. I'd be willing to give it a shot, but
the sneak peek, like that appeared before Doctor Strange, and it was.
You mean the trailer?
Oh no, it was like the first few minutes of the movie.
Oh.
They show you like a 5-minute scene from the movie.
Early reactions are great, but you know how that goes. Oh yeah, no, God, I mean, I don't trust any early reactions. The first Suicide Squad movie had good early reactions.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise makes me want to see this movie just because that is true. That's the one thing about a Tom Cruise movie, is that because he's insane, he does all of the he does like a ridiculous amount of like legit stunts. Like you know, in the last Mission Impossible, like in all those scenes in the trailer where they're like in a helicopter, like fighting over like a mountain, he did that for real with no safety harness. And he actually flew these like fucking planes for this.
So the fact that it's
movie.
Tom Cruise actually flying a plane makes it a bit more cool.
There is something cool about that as far as just like spectacle. But he wanted to die sooner. He got he got a legit license for to do the movie and everything. He had an actual pilot's license.
One of my favorite songs.
They're shooting him into space for the next Mission Impossible, by the way.
That's fucking great. It's gonna be the Archer episode where they're on the fucking spaceship, right?
It might be.
But there's a song I really like called Tom Cruise Crazy. And it's like, you'd be the only man on Earth who couldn't enjoy Tom Cruise if you were Tom Cruise. Because he's quite beloved, but he does a lot of things that seem like he hates himself.
What, so, like be a Scientologist?
Well, like,
Tom Cruise. He is very short.
Yeah, he does have a very was that Caesar? Or Napoleon? There we go.
Oh, it was Napoleon
vibe to him.
Well, it makes me think of
like Aristotle. That's a great callback.
Oh God, no! Don't let that thought go. Oh yes, yes. That was one of my favorite jokes I remember hearing from like God, forever ago now. But when me and Alex we saw Trevor Noah going back like 8 years ago, something like that now. And he did this whole bit about there'd be Idris Elba and the idea of a black James Bond. And he said, it'd be cooler instead of a black James Bond. Maybe we just like make a new movie with a new character who's like a black spy. That just to begin with, he's like they did it with Tom Cruise. They made a spy franchise for short people.
That's fucking great. That's fucking great.
And that is his main point about James Bond was that. If you had a black James Bond try and like go like blend into a crowd in Scotland, it'd be pretty easy to spot him. That was the main bit that he did. But
yeah, it's
Idris Elba was good as Knuckles. I have a hard time imagining anyone being good in the Sonic movies.
It's so fucking wild that they got who was at one point voted sexiest man alive.
Well, because there's a bunch of furries that went to see Sonic, and that's probably what they were thinking. It'd be a good spy when you announce who you are everywhere you go. Oh yeah, that's always been a great joke about James Bond.
Yeah, James Bond is like, okay, I'm gonna go totally incognito, but I am going to fuck someone. I have no idea if they're the enemy combatant, but and I would not be surprised if there was a James Bond movie where he did end up fucking the villain, and then they were like, well, I'll see you on the battlefield, James Bond.
Well, it's not even just that. It's that he goes up to the bar that he's like supposed to be spying on people at a party, and he just says his name.
Yeah.
That's even more so. He just says
Archer
is
James based
Bond.
off of James Bond, just like a more realistic.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, Archer's not realistic.
Well, like the whole
there
getting
are certain
shot a
jokes.
bunch of times and then just never mentioning it, or
they make jokes about it, but I did not see No Time to Die. In fact, I didn't see Spectre either. If STDs haven't killed him, nothing will. That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, I didn't see it. I did not see it. I never saw Spectre either. I have not engaged with either of the last two movies. Oh wait, hold on.
The last one I saw was, I think, Skyfall. I want to say back in 2012.
Spectre was trash. I liked Skyfall, but yeah, I never saw.
I feel like Skyfall is the last one where they tried.
Well, how do you know if you haven't seen them?
Oh, see, I've seen the ones that preceded Skyfall.
Well, then you know that Quantum of Solace is far, far less trying than what came after it, I feel like. Third favorite Craig film after Skyfall. Now, Quantum of Solace is the one that I thought was... That, I think, is a piece of garbage.
Oh, I can absolutely agree.
Yeah, like, I really did not like Skyfall. Sorry, not Skyfall. I mean, Quantum of Solace I thought was terrible. Quantum of Solace to me doesn't even feel like a James Bond movie. It feels like a Jason Bourne movie, and a bad one at that.
Yeah, Quantum of Solace was...
Oh, so what's a Quantum of Solace? Tim, can you tell me what a Quantum of Solace is? Watching the Red Letter Media review.
Quantum T of Solace.
So James Bond's been around for 60 years and has less movies than the MCU. I mean, yeah, that's true. It does. I mean, but that is also one. Oh, there's a ladder there. I did not see that. I mean, it's also one character. So I mean,
Quantum of Solace. The name derives a deeper significance from the themes found in the original short story by 007's creator Ian Fleming.
Okay, the title needs to have something to do with the fucking movie that it's the title for.
Yes. But like the fact that that's what they tried, and it's like I was okay with Casino Royale.
Oh, that's the best. That's like the best one, I think.
Yeah.
Mads Mikkelsen
like,
is the villain.
Oh, absolutely. That one was. It's hard to like of the Daniel
that's
Craig
the same
ones,
director
the
as the Green Lantern movie too.
Huh.
Yeah, but you didn't know that.
The
He had his
shitty
Quantum of Solace at the very end of the movie. Is that really what you're gonna go with though? Is that really an acceptable explanation to you? It's not. It is not for me. Moment of silence would have worked just as well. The director of No Time to Die got into some trouble. Oh, I didn't hear anything about that.
I will admit that I haven't seen any of the Bond films predating Pierce Brosnan.
So you've seen like what the '90s ones at the most recent?
GoldenEye through Skyfall.
Okay.
Oh, actually no, GoldenEye through Spectre. I did not give No Time to Die a chance.
Oh shit.
And I tried watching, what was it? It was either License to Kill or something Daylights. With,
Living Daylights.
Dalton.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's got is it Aha that does the theme song for that?
Yeah. It's they tried let's see, Living Daylights.
Living
The title
Daylights.
song was co-written by Paul Vaktar.
Duran Duran, I think
Norwegian
both
pop
of them
music,
did one.
Aha.
Yep. Well, I also think I'm pretty sure that Duran Duran also did one, but I don't remember the name of the song.
A View to a Kill.
A View to Kill, that's Duran Duran. Favorite Bond song? Ooh, that's tough. That's tough, I don't know. I feel like I'd have to go back and listen to a bunch of them again, you know? Chris Cornell in Life for me. I honestly really would have to go back and listen to a bunch of them again. I feel like I don't remember enough of them, like, well enough to have, like, a solid opinion on it. Appears we've been abandoned here. I don't think anyone is coming to open the door. Oh. Oh, okay.
But yeah, I did think Skyfall was... I think it would have been like...
Skyfall is the best, is my favorite cinematography out of all of them.
That's fair. Like,
Diamonds Are Forever is my
Royale
favorite
had the better
old school
villain,
Bond song.
and it had arguably a slightly better plot. But Skyfall also, at the same time, the cinematography, and I thought the score for it was excellent.
Yeah.
Which
that
is why,
looks like the
when I
witch
saw that
in
Sam Mendes was doing the next one, he was doing Spectre, I was like, okay, this one I can go see. I was really happy with Skyfall. I'm gonna go see Spectre. And then I see it, and I'm like, oh. Okay.
Bond, Doctor Who, and Sherlock Holmes, who do Americans have to compete with? I mean, there's a lot of American original IPs. I feel like, I mean... Oh, also, does this witch not look like the witch in Spirited Away just a little bit? Like, just a little bit? Does this make you think of Spirited Away?
Oh my god, yeah, she does. Holy shit.
Right? Very, very
She's got a
reminiscent.
really similar face.
And just body shape in general. I mean, that feels like, yeah, that's very, very Ghibli-esque. I mean, the deal is off. Right? Doesn't she look? I forget the name of the witch in the movie, but yeah, she looks a lot like her. We have Ethan Hunt and Jason Bourne. Oh, do you mean just in terms of like? I mean, do you? Well, no, because you said Doctor Who and Sherlock Holmes, so yeah, nah, you weren't thinking of like spies. But I mean, yes, I know British actors have played Batman, but Batman is still an American thing. Batman super. I mean, like I could just list like how many superheroes that I find more interesting than you know any of those three. And Doctor Who in particular, I really am not that big into. Um, yeah, I mean, plus, I mean, even just like TV characters like Walter White or
It'd be funny.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like I mean, just superheroes alone. I feel like that's so many. I mean, especially now that they are mainstream, which you know makes them a little not as fun. But Rocky, yeah, can't believe I didn't even think of Rocky. Yeah, I mean, just every American superhero is cooler than Bond. Yeah, I agree with that. Like, I don't dislike James Bond. I actually really enjoy some James Bond stuff. And worse, well, yeah, but I also mean, like, in terms of, like, major culture, like, they're also just bigger, I feel like, than that.
That's not fair. You can't disagree with that IP like that. Well, he was a terrible actor, that's why.
That cat's really talking. Superman.
Yeah, he's looking outside and then turning to us and meowing. So I'm just pretending like he's actually trying to carry a conversation that's not one-sided.
His conversation is just bird, there's bird.
Yeah, his only conversation is bird, there's a bird, let me kill it, I want to kill a bird.
Right. Well, that is cats for you. Do you read comics heavy? Wait, what? Did you like heavily read comics? Is that what you meant? Because I've read a decent amount of comics. Certainly not on the level Michael has. Michael is the biggest comic expert that I know by far, but I've read, I haven't read none. I've read quite a few comics in my time for sure. I mean, that's part of why I get so critical with the adaptations, is because I mean, it's not every character, but I know a lot about enough, maybe not everything about all of them, but I know a lot about enough to know when they're usually fucking around with the adaptation and not doing a good job. Okay. I mean, maybe, but none of that'll be my money. I can tell you that. About them changing Miss Marvel's powers. Well, I mean, it's not a great idea to change her powers. I mean, like, here. I think I can explain why. I mean, if you... Yeah, they made her Green Lantern for the show. I mean, I will say the show seems like it's getting like the personality of it down. I feel like, but I find the power change weird. The reason that her powers are what they are, it's supposed to be, it's a puberty allegory like X-Men or, a lot of Inhumans is anyway. But part of it is it's meant to be that. I don't believe she's going to be an Inhuman in the show, actually, no. I don't think so. But part of the whole thing is that is that it's like going. It's supposed to be a kind of a puberty thing. It's also her body is. She's supposed to feel like really weird and different about her body, and so the writers even specifically said, "Wow, why is that not?" Oh, okay, it's different angle. Damn it, I wanted that too, though. Like the creator has specifically said that the reason she gave her the kind of almost gross stretchy powers in the first place was because she wanted her to. She talks about how she didn't want her to have something colorful and magic and like pretty. She wanted it to be like gross and weird and kind of like try and kind of represent a bit of what like going through puberty feels like at least a little bit. And so to give her, super flashy, colorful Green Lantern powers instead is kind of going against like the point of the book or the original like what the original book was meant to be, Stretch marks. Yeah, I find it weird. I do. I find the power. Hey, look, it could work. It could. I'm very, very, very skeptical of it, but it could. I'll give it a watch, but I'm not just gonna say, fuck it, it's not doing what I want. But it is weird. I do think it's weird. Actually, I'm not sure how it's supposed to. It wants me to. I guess we'll just go up there. Yeah, we'll see. I would like to like the show because I really like at least the initial run of her comics by G. Willow Wilson, the like initial creator. I did really enjoy that run. Well, it depends. I mean, there's an inconsistency in Marvel Comics already because mutants are like, treated as like a, this horrible different thing. But then, like, a lot of times, Tony Stark or the other Avengers are more like kind of celebrity. Yeah, it depends if you're a mutant, exactly. So, like, there is totally like a weird double standard already, just in the comics. That is kind of hard to sometimes, like, how exactly. I think in the MCU, the events of WandaVision will probably be the catalyst for like the initial like people initially being anti-mutant. I think that'll probably be like the kind of starting point for why people are like, oh, get those people out of here. It's to the level to which the superhero does public goods, yeah. Hey, Bittersweet. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Hey, Bittersweet.
Just playing Death's Door. Getting into we've finished our Souls journey, and now we're finally taking a break from that franchise and doing something a little different. Alright, just cooking dinner. Nice. Oh shit. Oh goddamn. God damn it. Alright. Oh shit, wow, alright. No, there's a comic out called Decay. Decay, interesting. So there's someone you know, is that do you know someone super famous, or is it an indie comic or independent comic? Marvel Heroes, but even bigger than DC. That is true. That is true. Indie comic? Okay. Well, I will. You know what? Here, I'm gonna put up a tab on my computer, and I will look at it after the stream is over. I will. Oh, nice! You did a whole interview and everything. That's awesome. Oh, the noise. Okay, the window's just getting blown around by the wind because the wind is so intense. That someone was like knocking on the outside of my window for a second. I was like, what the fuck is happening? The enemy design in this game is fantastic.
Yeah, I really like the variety of enemies they have going in this game. I mean, that's just...
I feel like we haven't played any much more of it. Definitely need to read more indie stuff. Well, you know, that's where the real creativity is at, right? I mean, most of the time, anyway. Maybe unless it's like Hickman or something, but... Oh no. Yeah, you're not gonna take me out after the boss. Mini boss or whatever. Said it would live forever, but with a pot for a head, no thanks. Yeah, I wouldn't take that deal. I don't want to live forever, period. It would get very boring at a certain point. How's your ads? You know, not too bad. Just did my full work day and came home, and now I'm doing this. Not a whole hell of a lot else going on, honestly. Let's see, what was your favorite Stephen King adaptation? Interesting. The big two used to just draft comic book creators before they could make their own stuff. Yeah, that's true. That's how you end up with all the stuff that exists in each universe. Favorite Stephen King adaptation? I like... For recent things, I did like the part 1 of the new It. I wasn't real big on part 2, but I thought the part 1 was really good for recent stuff. Favorite though, Maximum Overdrive. yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Dr. Sleep. I really like Dr. Sleep. Yeah, I thought that's high up there. That's definitely high up there. Yeah, Dr. Sleep was great. I really liked that one. Tim, did you ever see that?
You know, I don't think I have.
I think so. I think it was better than The Shining. Yeah, I liked it. I liked Dr. Sleep more. Well, I think a really valid criticism of The Shining movie is that Nicholson starts at an 11 to such a degree that like it's like hard to really have like an actual sense of him going crazier over the course of the movie, because it's like he starts at such a high, like he's already being so over the top like right away. Kubrick to King. Yeah, well, like, do you mean the book, or do you mean, or so when you say you prefer Kubrick to King, do you mean you prefer the Shining movie that Kubrick directed to the book, or do you mean that you prefer the Shining movie to Stephen King's TV movie of The Shining? Because I think Stephen King's TV movie of The Shining kind of sucks, to be honest. I like the book of The Shining more if we're talking like pure like, yeah, just book to movie, but I think Stephen King's TV adaptation is like kind of terrible. Oh, Misery. Yeah, Misery is a solid one. I like Misery. Kathy Bates is great in that. You can't stand Stephen King? I mean, to each their own. I think I like his book writing. But I really do think that every time Stephen King is personally involved in like a production of something, I tend to not be a fan. Oh yeah, Castle Rock. I was enjoying that. I liked the first season more than the second season, but I was still enjoying the second season though. Oh, weird. Huh. Wonder how I go through that door. I mean, it was slow. Like the second season more. I liked the first season more, but I mean, hey, again, to each their own. Not wrong with that. I think season 2 for me it was just got a little too like. I guess season 2 like turned into like a little too action heavy almost for me at a certain point. Like it was, I don't know. Like I didn't love like some of the direction they took at a certain point, just tonally for it. Whereas like the first season, I felt like stuck with it's stuck with its tonal sensibilities more all the way to the end. Again, no, that's just me. Oh shit! I just totally killed myself. Whoops. I mean, I enjoy Brian De Palma's Carrie quite a bit too. Dead Zone, Shawshank Redemption, and The Green Mile are obviously some of his best ones. Yeah, I can't believe I didn't think of Shawshank first. 11 to 63. No, I did not see that one. I did not see that one. Super picky about stories in general. I prefer fiction in the sense that it isn't necessarily fantasy. Probably why I liked Misery. Oh, so are you just not a fantasy fan then? I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Another kind adaptation with James Franco. Oh, okay. Huh. Yeah, I did not see that one. I don't remember hearing about it, to be honest. Shall we dance? Oh. Hey, fuck you. Ah.
Hey, no, you stop that, go fuck yourself. And you have a great day, sir.
I don't want him to have a great day. Firestarter. I honestly like every time I see a commercial for that Firestarter movie, I get some unintentional laughs out of that. I never read it, no. But the trailers I've seen, I honestly have not had I don't feel like it or have made a good impression, at least for me. The one with Drew Barrymore? Oh shit, Stephen King movie with Drew Barrymore. I'm trying to think trying to think of what that is. Oh, another Firestarter adaptation with Drew Barrymore. No, I don't think I have seen that, actually. Michael, have you seen that one? Damn it. I mean, I'm pretty picky about stories too. I'm very critical. Not, not always with every single thing, I suppose, but writing Liar Pants on Fire is a threat. As a threat is kind of far from King's best writing. Yeah, no, it's not great. the most powerful character in the King universe. You know, I don't even know. I mean, is it? Yeah, I would think the turtle. I don't even remember his name, but yeah, the turtle god I would think would be the most powerful thing. But I don't know the King universe like on the whole, maybe well enough. Like I mean I definitely know some of it, but I don't know like the whole like universe and all its mythos. I don't think enough to say. I think King with the kind of religious background would consider whatever his equivalent of God. Yeah. Well, that is the turtle, isn't it? Or maybe, unless I'm mistaken, isn't that the turtle? Or is there a god above the turtle? The authority of our Lord of Doors, although it might be a bit late given. Okay. Turtles are up there, though. Yeah, that's the big thing, is the turtles are somewhere. Tortoise is above the turtle.
Yeah.
The turtle is the one above all, I mean. Hospital with any beast who would mistreat my children. Tread lightly, Reaper. Alan Moore. Is it Gandalf, maybe? Just himself. I mean, he looks like a wizard, man. He really, really does. Let's see. Yeah, that has to be the most recent one. Unless you count it was Swamp Thing more recent than that. I can't remember if that was oh shit. Well, going in with half health was probably a bad idea. Hey, how long ago was the Swamp? I mean, not that the Swamp Thing show was like great or anything, but was that? Yeah, I enjoyed the Watchmen series quite a bit. Yeah, I thought that was very strong. But yeah, was it? Spub. See, I was not totally upset that they canceled that, because even though I thought the first half was good, and then I thought like right at the halfway point, it just completely fell apart. I thought it was just. I honestly thought like 1 through 5 were great, and then I thought episodes like 6 through 10 were like genuinely awful, or whatever was left at that point. I thought was terrible. I don't know. I think it's because they got canceled maybe, and then they had to scramble to try and like tie off the storyline in a way that made more sense, and then it ended up just feeling disjointed because it was not how it was supposed to be edited, like original. Like maybe that's the reason. I don't know. Either way, I liked where it started, but I did not. You'll tie me off. Get the needle. Oh god.
I'll tie you off.
Doesn't threaten me with a good time. There we go.
There's a whole nother meaning to tie one on.
Is that even a pun? Like, what does that mean?
Well, because Michael did say, I'll tie you on.
Right.
But,
that doesn't tell me what that means. Oh shit.
You know.
Oh, the costume was great. Yeah, it was a really cool costume. The practical effects for it were just incredible. Oh shit! Is DC gonna bring in the supernatural stuff? I mean, I don't know. I mean, they've been Guillermo del Toro was supposed to direct a fucking Justice League Dark thing like a decade ago. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'd like to see it. I would like to see it, but yep, exactly. Yeah, they've been talking about Justice League Dark for forever. Oh, god damn it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's the thing with DC movies is I like that they've started to kind of really give up on trying to have them all be interconnected and, try and do what Marvel does, because I think the DC movies have largely been more successful when they're kind of generally standalone. An old engagement ring, okay. You need to find someone who would want to marry you. Do I have to marry someone in this game? Seems like a weird thing. Oh shit. Oh, there's a spirit orb up there too. Or soul orb or whatever it is.
It's the scary door.
I remember liking Blade 2. I haven't seen it in a very long time. I can't lie about that, but I remember enjoying that show. That movie. This is Hellboy 3. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna be waiting a long time, Michael. Well, here's what I don't understand. Why haven't they just made a Hellboy 3 animated film? Why haven't they just done it as an animated movie? Well, he is, but what if they just did it animated? It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter how old he is. All he has to do is sit in a chair, sit in front of the microphone. I think that'd be great. Oh, jeez. Oh, god damn it. All right. It's just the most intense, death card animation. The universe where we're all animated and the universe's animated movies are just people in live action. Afternoon Tune, how high are you? I mean, if there's such a thing as a multiverse, which some scientists have said that may be something that does genuinely exist, and if it does, then there's either one universe and there are no alternate universes, or there are infinite. Basically, there's no in between. Either there's either only the one or it is infinite. Is at least the theory, right? So, I mean, literally any question you could ask about is this a thing or is this a thing? Yes, kind of no matter what to all of them. Life outside of Earth? I don't know that there's intelligent life outside of Earth, but I think it would be scientifically stupid to assume that there's nothing anywhere else in the universe. Even if it's just hypothetically, maybe even it's not intelligent life, right? But they found there's an under the surface ocean on the Europa, the moon, right? There's bacteria. the Fermi paradigm. But like, it doesn't have to be intelligent life, though. I'm just saying, like, there's probably bacteria, right? Like, maybe it's not like, you know, capable of doing a whole lot, but I don't believe. I just think it would scientifically make no sense if there's nothing, you know, or maybe something that was extinct. I mean, I don't know. Maybe, Michael. I don't know. I don't know what you're planning on doing with those amoebas. Got me worried there. Oh yeah. From the positive. To try to talk about, like, are there positive sci-fi? Futurama has a positive future. I mean, yeah, at least to some degree. I mean, I feel like there's some dystopian elements of that too, though. Even that one has some.
Oh. Oh yeah, you are the best. Thank you.
They're bringing Futurama. Oh yeah, I am so sick of that. They need to stop. They need to stop. Futurama had 4 great seasons and 4 great movies, 2 really good endings, and then they brought it back. It was not anywhere nearly as good, and then they ended it again, and now they want to bring it back again. I'm just like, can you make something new? Can we stop profiting off of the same thing over and over again? Oh yeah, I'm smashing up every urn. Oh. My employer, huh? Oh, we're gonna be locked for head. So strange. I don't know. I really think Futurama is played out as much as it can be at this point. I like, what else are you gonna do with it? Like, the big issue for me was, you know, and this has happened with other animated sitcoms, but like, the format that makes a show like that generally work is that the shows, you know, you have the episodes, you know, they're 19 minutes long, 20 minutes long, whatever. You generally have 2 minutes of setting up a problem or a conflict of some kind. You establish the idea of the episode, what's going to drive the whole thing forward, whether it's focusing on a character flaw or a plot development or whatever it is, and then you spend 18 minutes solving that problem. And like Futurama, at a certain point it flips and it starts spending 18 minutes kind of jumping from a random series of problems that it's not really focusing on any one thing, and then a 2-minute solution that happens all at once at the end. And I think that's I think a criticism of any series that runs out of ideas and gets played out. I don't know, Tim, you were a big Futurama guy, right? At least at one point.
Yes, I was. The first 4 seasons were great, and then I think there were good episodes in those later seasons.
Sure.
But I don't think they were, like, the ending, I think, is as good of an ending as they could have given it at that stage. Because
they also had 2 better endings already.
What were they?
With Futurama? Well, just the end of season 4 and then the end of the 4th movie were both great series finales. Right?
Oh yeah, that's very true.
And then they brought it back again, even though I don't know, it's just like, if you have a good ending, I feel like you really should just let it go. Just chill out. Just give it up. Okay, we got some kind of treasure. Oh, was that? Oh shit! It was a mimic. Yeah, Futurama needs to. They need to stop trying to bring it back. Oh. Oh god. Okay. Shit. Futurama or The Simpsons? Like, which one do I prefer? If you're talking about, it depends on what era of the show you're talking about. Because if you're talking about like Simpsons seasons like 3 through like 8 or 9, I think that's some of the best television ever written. But I also like the sci-fi setting of Futurama, maybe just a tad more. Over like maybe an overall tone, I might like Futurama just a bit better. But like I said, I think it really depends on like what era, what set of seasons you're talking about. If you're talking about the best of each, then I guess I think I'd have to give the edge to The Simpsons. Because when it was in its prime, it was in its prime. I mean, there's no denying that. I mean, it's not canceled yet, so somebody, right?
I think it's one of those Fox Heritage shows where at this point no one wants to be the person that canceled The Simpsons.
Well, I honestly wonder if it's going to have the same thing as Saturday Night Live, where it goes on so long that the writing team changes out so much that eventually it like almost goes back around to being good again. It has like eras of being good and bad and like goes back and forth. Because like SNL was on since the late 60s. I mean, it had several eras of being bad and then coming back from it and then being bad again and then coming back from it. No worries, Tim. So, I don't know. I guess it depends on how long it goes on for. But if it never stops, I mean, I feel like isn't that inevitable at some point? Oh, shit.
Just had to close the window because apparently there's gale force winds outside.
Oh.
Yay.
I keep seeing some lightning flashing from under the curtain next to me, too.
Yeah, my phone just started making involuntarily loud noises.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Tornado warning. Take shelter in your basement, loser.
Like Dave Chappelle's Team Ryan episode. Always thought that, yeah, they should bring guest writers in. That would be great. Well, I always thought it would have been cool if in The Simpsons they actually let the characters age in real time. Like, imagine just, like, if you had, yeah, totally. But imagine if you would actually let the characters in The Simpsons age realistically. Like, you'd have, like, the parents would die of old age at a certain point, and then imagine what, like, a sad cultural moment it would be when Homer Simpson actually passed away. You know, like, that would just be... That would just, it would make it feel like it really mattered, you know? I don't know. I feel like that was Michael's idea originally, but... Flame spell, okay. Interesting. Oh, so we got a fire thing now. Quite a few at this point. Quite a few of them have. And also, Michael, I remember that episode you're talking about. I like that too. Probably cross promotion or something, yeah. That's probably the case.
Hey.
Fear Reaper's abandoned logbook. Order to disconnect a series of open doors. Almost energy surge. This area previously been quite active. What came through it was executed immediately. Not sure what happened to the crows. Doors have been sealed for now. Outstanding work orders in the region have been manually closed. Quite strange, but it's above my pay grade. I find it better not to ask questions. That's a handy bit of power. Oh, hey. So you've been exploring the old office departments. Used to work in the east section where I embraced my true life and quit the rat race. Okay. Much happier now. That was one lovely, cozy office. Okay. Alright. See so much energy, maybe centuries. Huh. Interesting. Alright. Let's see, Tim?
Yes.
So, it's 8:20. We're close. I think maybe we just completed a whole section.
In my basement, so now is a good stopping point.
Yeah, so now's definitely a good stopping point. See, if Simpsons took after South Park, it just released like a Simpsons movie once each year where they worked on it as hard as they did the actual movie each time would probably be better. Yeah, I definitely think so. We get a couple upgrades here, and then we'll sign off for the evening. But thank you, Michael, Afternoon Tune. I appreciate you both hanging out with us. And, we're going to find somebody to raid real quick, and we're going to say goodnight. And, Tim, if you got to go, like, right away to get into the basement, by all means, you go right ahead. Let's see. Oh, we'll just do Chris again. That's nothing wrong with that. All right, have a good evening, everybody. Tell Chris that I said hello.
Or else.
Or else.
Greet somebody, or else.
Does that work? Yeah, okay, it did. All right, good night.